Well, my father came to Jamaica in 1953 from the UK as Jamaica's first orthopedic specialist, bone surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
He came to a post at the University of the West Indies, and he got very involved in the polio epidemic of the 1950s shortly after he got here, and he started the polio center, and that became now known as the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. It was called Mona Rehab Center before he died. And he was an institution builder. That rehab center served persons with disabilities. It's the only center of its kind in Jamaica, in fact, in the English-speaking Caribbean. He also started the Hope Valley Experimental Schools so that able-bodied and children with disabilities could go to the same school and learn to live and coexist and support each other. And he was very involved in the National Road Safety Council. He started it. He was its first president and pioneered the seatbelt law, which, to try and reduce fatalities on the road. So my father really was a caring person with a strong sense of social obligation, and he didn't practice medicine for financial returns. He really, his whole life, from I knew him anyway, growing up, was one of service to less fortunate people. And my mother was a civil servant in the Planning Institute. It was then called the Central Planning Unit. And then when she got married, she left that to go and help my father set up the rehab center. And she worked at the rehab center for the rest of her working career and helped to keep it going after he died in 1996. So, that's the family background that I come out of, and it has had a strong influence on my attitude towards persons who are less fortunate than I am, and to what I think life is all about. I believe that, to whom a lot is given, a lot is expected, and we all have an obligation to help others as best we can. And so my chosen means of serving the country has been through politics. I mean, I've also kept the rehab center going since my dad died, supporting it financially and providing, guidance as the chairman of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really his legacy that I try to honor by keeping it going with the support of others.
Mm-hmm.
But my chosen pathway to service has been through getting involved in the People's National Party and trying to represent my constituents. Before that, as a senator, trying to deliver good legislation for the people of Jamaica. Now, as a member of Parliament, trying to be a caring and responsive member of Parliament, and ultimately, in due course, the leader of the party, seeking to rebuild it so that it can resume its mission of taking Jamaica forward towards a more fair, equitable, balanced society that gives every Jamaican best possible options to achieve their aspirations, hopes, and dreams.